One of the most interesting parts of impressing your subconscious mind is what you're required to do once you've successfully impressed your subconscious mind. Nothing. Literally nothing. This is baffling because you have the sense of, well, aren't I supposed to work on my goal? Aren't I supposed to try to make my desire happen? Aren't I supposed to try to figure out how to make it happen? When you successfully impress your subconscious mind with the feeling and reality that you already have what you want, there's nothing else to do. Because your current reality has to be reshuffled to perfectly reflect that new inner conviction. I had somebody who came to one of my classes for maybe like 2 months. Her name was Faith, and she didn't know anything about using meditation for these specific purposes of impressing your subconscious mind. She had used meditation to find clarity and be focused, but never really to manifest or create anything. And I helped her discover why it was so important for her to have rich relationships in her life. It was a really amazing experience because she was able to get to what it really meant for her, what it means to her to have rich relationships. And if you follow what I teach, you know how important it is to discover what exactly your desire means to you. So anyway, we discovered what having rich relationships meant. And obviously, I'm not talking about rich as in money. I'm talking about having great relationships, great friends, people that they're not takers, right? Everybody's giving to each other. It's love. So she determined what it meant for her, and she turned that meaning into an emotional trigger and used it within a deep meditative state, just like how I instructed her. And what was so incredible is that she came out of the meditation, she told me that she was completely crying, and it felt hyper real. While she was in a meditation, she was hearing the people talk to her. It wasn't like she was imagining her friends talking. She was surprised by what they were saying. They were saying these interesting things. I'm not kidding when I tell people that when you do this successfully, your meditations are beyond real. They're hyper real. Go listen to my video, The Manifesting Secret. I go deeper into this whole thing about meaning. So anyway, she had that experience in her deep meditation. And when it was finished, she told me that she felt like it really happened, like it already happened. And I explained to her that your subconscious mind has now been impressed, and there's nothing else that you need to do, because you will unconsciously find yourself moving across a series of events which will lead up to the inevitable realization of that exact scene you experienced. Now, she had done this meditation a couple more times, and over a couple of weeks, she had explained to me, it was like, Evan, I don't find myself looking or thinking about this desire anymore. Why is that? Aren't I supposed to be thinking about it? And I said, why would you? Why would you be thinking about this desire that already happened? And that's the point. That's the purpose of these meditations. That's consciously creating. How could you look for something that you already have? I mean, think about it. Remember when we were all young and we never had a phone? What was the thing that we wanted the most when all of our friends started getting a phone? We wanted a phone too, right? And then we got a phone. But now we have a phone. Let me ask you a question. What was the last time you ever found yourself thinking, dang, I really want a phone. I need a phone, thinking about a phone, right? That's an absurd thing to think about. If you already have a phone, why would you want a phone? And that's the exact same thing when you successfully impress your subconscious mind. You don't look for it. You don't want it. Why would you want it? You already have it. And that's when it shows up in your life, when you're not looking for it. Now, I lost contact with Faith, but I am excited to hear from her again. Oh, I wouldn't really say lost contact. I would just say that I haven't caught up with her in a while. But I'm excited to hear about how her life is today. Because when you really successfully impress your subconscious mind, as far as that desire is concerned, there's nothing else to do. What could you do? You've done the work. You've made the movement within. And now you watch as your outer world conforms to that inner conviction that you have. This is being a conscious creator. This is my goal, to teach these techniques, to teach these ideas, share these stories, and also share my own stories. I do have a couple of very interesting stories that I've experienced last year in 2022. So in one of these videos, maybe tomorrow, I'll explain one of the stories that I had. With that being said, have a great day. Pick up the gift that I got for you in the description. It's a 7-day workbook I created called Mental Manifesting. And this workbook is designed to help you discover that inner emotional meaning using a few question prompts. Honestly, is not as effective as having a personal one-on-one coaching, but if you're persistent and you're consistent, you can determine the emotional meaning. I also have a course that I'm creating that's dedicated completely to creating an emotional trigger. Depending on the time you're listening to this, the course may already be out. If it is, you'll find the link for it in the description. And if it's not, pick up the workbook that I've created. You'll be added to my emailing list, and you'll get an update on when that course is created. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. Have an incredible day. Bye-bye.